Hi, welcome back to Unit 1. This is Section 2, Lesson 2, and the third and final video for this lesson. This is Ms. Clemens-Brenton. In this video, we'll consider cases where numbers have an even number of zeros. We can easily determine if large numbers ending in an even number of zeros are perfect squares. For example, let's consider 900. First, consider the digits before the zeros as a number in and of itself. So here the number is 9, and we know that 9 is a perfect square. We can also see that 900 has an even number of zeros. So because 9 is a perfect square, and 900 has an even number of zeros, then 900 is a perfect square. To determine the square root, we first find the square root of the perfect square at the front. So in this case, it's 9. In 900, we have 2 zeros, so that's the same as 100. Since 9 is equal to 3 times 3, the square root of 9 is 3. Since 100 is equal to 10 times 10, the square root of 100 is 10. So that would be like multiplying 3 by 10. So the square root of 900 is 30. Example: using the even number of zeros method, determine if the number is a perfect square. If it is, state the square root. So in this first example, we'll look at the digits before the zeros. So in this case, we have 144. 144 is a perfect square. Then we consider the number of zeros at the end. In this case, we have 3 zeros. 3 is an odd number. It's not even, so therefore this number is not a perfect square. Let's look at 400. Look at the number before the zeros. 4 is a perfect square, and we have an even number of zeros. There's 2. So because there's an even number of zeros, then 400 is a perfect square. To find the square root of 400, we find the square root of 4, which is 2, and then we would find the square root of 100. So take half the number of zeros. There are 2 zeros, so we take 1. So the square root of 400 is 20. Let's look at example C. So again, consider the digits before the zeros. In this case, it's 196. 196 is a perfect square because it's equal to 14 times 14. At the end, we have 6 zeros. 6 is an even number. So because it's an even number, this method works, and 196 million is a perfect square. So to find the square root of 196 million, we find the square root of 196, which we said is 14. We take half the number of zeros. So there were 6 to begin with, so we take 3. And therefore, the square root of 196 million is 14,000. Please complete the activities for this lesson.